Hello, thanks for joining the Bert Lamar Show. I'm coming to you live from my new house here in Hawaii, where I am living out my journey, my dream of chasing that Ironman goal. I want to win the Kona Ironman, so I moved here and I'm doing that full time. Obviously, and working on Lamar Organic Wear. I want to thank my sponsor, my company, Lamar Organic Wear, for sponsoring my podcast series. My number one reason for doing podcasts is to make money and explode Lamar Organic Wear, and number two is to share 4 decades now of success, I guess you could say, and brutal work in 4 different industries, sports categories. I've been a professional skateboarder, Hall of Fame, one of the first pro model skateboarders to make a living skateboarding at the youngest age of 12, 13, for a good ride. And then my next shift, actually there was a little gap where I did hair for a little bit in a hair salon, and then won the world title snowboarding in Breckenridge, the Swatch World Cup, which launched my snowboarding decade, a little more than a decade of professional world champion snowboard career, half pipe, and then Lamar Snowboards, kind of my first real big company that grew into the multi-millions, and sort of led the industry with innovation, loyalty to athletes, riders, pioneering athletes making a good living. So the next sport, I went from snowboarding to golf. I figured, why not? I'm a Hall of Fame skateboarder. I'm a world champion snowboarder. I'll just be a pro golfer. And within 2 years, I almost qualified for the LA Open. I literally shot even par on a rainy, stormy day in LA. At the LA Open qualifier, out of like 300 guys, I was in first and then second, and they only take 2 guys, and 2 other guys came in with subpar rounds or beat that round, and so I didn't make it. But it launched a fire to become a pro golfer, which was probably my hardest journey chasing. I didn't make it on the tour. I played on the mini tour, and I launched Iliac Golf, which was a very high quality, innovative, successful golf brand, and it's still out there with Lamar Snowboards. So everything I've started has kind of had that core founder launch and then success, and it sounds so easy, right? But I'm not talking about the ups and downs and the bankruptcies and the loans and the credit cards and the fighting for orders and just the chase and the journey, and everyone telling you this is a stupid idea, your product's too expensive, it's this, it's that. But when you know in your heart what's right, and you stick to it, it'll work out. So right now I'm chasing Lamar Organic Wear and Lamar Lifestyle. I also do hair for fun. I do coaching, and I'm doing a podcast, and my number one priority right now is training for Ironmans. I'm on my way right now to do a bike. I won't ride on these little tiny roads. It's just too risky, especially now with potholes and weather. But I found a nice trail up here by a horse ranch that I can get in my programmed workout, and then I have a run after. So yeah, it's getting normal to me to just train and run and swim and bike every day. And I'm getting ready for a half qualifier in Kona, end of May here, and I'm hoping to get close or learn what I need to do to get close enough to qualify for the Worlds. And then from there, I want to see what it's going to take to get up to the highest level speeds and timing. So my podcast today is kind of different. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I've got a lot of things on a list. I've been working with some mentors and suggestions of things to talk about. My main priority and goal for this is to bring the 4 corners of sport, passion, health, and business to you, because that's what my life has been. That's the lifestyle that I've had success at, and I think that's what makes a happy life. I think when I look back here in another 20 years, my 80s, when that I've done what I love and I've turned it into a business, and I turned down corporate jobs even in the most stressful situations. I remember sitting on the couch at my house with 2 kids, married, and sold the snowboard company, wasn't sure what I was gonna do, and my in-laws were like, what are you gonna do? You need to make money. And I knew I wasn't gonna go just take a job just for money. I had to find something that I love, and I loved golf, and I said, I'm gonna make the coolest golf brand. There's nothing cool out there. And it was obvious to me, but it took about 2 or 3 years to even get to the point where I could really make a living, and then we started growing fast everywhere. But I think that's what it takes, is just staying true to your heart. And so today, my episode is called No TV. Okay, so no television, no TV. Take your TV and give it away. Actually, just throw it out, because you don't want to poison someone else with the TV. And sorry to use such hard words, but I believe now, especially that I'm making non-toxic clothing and eating, healthy foods and living a healthy lifestyle, that TV is toxic, and especially the politics and the news and all that media. And what really made it an eye-opener for me, or let me backtrack one, is I haven't had a TV for almost 6 years now, and it changed everything for me. My dreams immediately changed from what I was being programmed from the TV shows and the news and the false media and just all the crap out there, to dreams of what my life is about. Relationships, friends, nature, my dog, things I want to work on, training, art. Like, it's crazy how we're programmed from such a young age, and it's really, really not healthy. It's not I think it's toxic. I think it's up there worse than toxic food, toxic clothes, toxic chemicals, and all our cleaning stuff. So this is my advice. Do whatever you want, but if you toss your TV forever, and you can't cheat and just go watch TV on your phone, so you have to just take it out of your life. I do watch little reels and things on Instagram here and there, but I don't sit and watch TV. But even when I had a TV, so I never followed sports. Like, I would literally be out in the rain hitting golf balls on a Super Bowl Sunday, or playing, getting ready for my dream, because to me it doesn't make sense. Why would you sit on a couch and watch someone else chase their dream? Like, I don't get it. It does not make sense. I think it's inspiring to see people that are successful. That's great, but everyone's doing something different. People are so different. People train differently. People reach success in a million different paths. There's not just one way, right? So what's his name? Pele, the soccer player. So I'm so clueless. I don't even know who he is, but I heard that he kicked grapefruits around, and because he didn't even have a soccer ball, but then he became the greatest soccer ball player. Like, I think Rory McIlroy was saying he used to hit balls in the house because it was raining, and that was just something he could do, and try to hit balls into the dishwasher or whatever. So my point is, get rid of your TV, get outside. Everything that you do without the TV, except for substance abuse and abusive stuff, is going to be healthy. So get out, get rid of your TV, and I would suggest don't even watch sports, don't follow sports. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, but I have no idea. I joke. I'm like, who's playing? The blue team's playing the yellow team. Like, these are great people making a living doing what they love. And if every minute they spent sitting on a couch watching someone, they could have been out training or stretching or working on their throw or whatever they do, their skate moves. They would be probably the GOATs of their sports, and they would probably be professionals. I don't think watching television helps us. So I know it's controversial. One of the other things that I noticed just being here in Hawaii, I'm on Oahu, and there's been like world record storms this last couple weeks. And the other day there was 40 or worst rain in one day in 40 years. I don't know, it's like 20 some inches in one day. Like, how do you get that much rain? It just pours off of these giant mountains, and it's a great system. Here it rained all day yesterday and last night, and look, it's dry. Like, it just flows. But the media can't sell products, advertisers, TV shows, all the crap unless they blow stuff up, right? So all my friends are calling like, oh my God, are you okay? You know, how's the disaster? And I not to belittle or take anything away from, I know there are people that have lost their houses and there's some flooded areas and stuff, but it's very, very select. It's in certain areas, and they were able to evacuate and over on North Shore. But the majority of it is nothing, but the media has to make a story out of it, right? It's just like a shark attack. If you look up the statistics, there's millions of people, or hundreds of thousands, dying every year from mosquito bites, but no one's talking about mosquito bites on the news. It's not going to sell television, TV, media, advertising, commercials. It's only going to sell if it's a shark attack. It's Jaws made it famous. Everyone's scared. I was afraid to go take a bathtub after watching that movie. So I think media ruins things, and it blows things out of proportion, and it'll ruin your chances of working at your dream. And there's another thing I would highly recommend. Get rid of your TV and look up forest bathing. It's a Japanese discovery. Some Japanese therapists discovered in the 80s, and they've been taking patients out into the forest and nature for therapy versus hospitals and medicine and I don't know what else, but it's proven to release chemicals in the body that calm the nervous system. So I call it dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. And when you see green and when you see nature and you look at leaves, don't you feel relaxed? Like, doesn't it just relax you a little bit and takes your mind off of worry and doubt, which, if you're watching TV, is being planted there from the media, right? And so that is my take on television for sports, health, business, and that. Yeah, so that's my takeaway for today. I'm going to keep it simple. My podcasts aren't going to be really, really long. I'm sort of a right to the point guy. Here I am, you know. Oh, and I thought of this actually just now, because I was getting my bike, walking my dog, and my neighbor is sitting in his house. He's had 2 heart attacks, nicest guy ever, and he's watching golf. He's got golf on his TV right now, and I'm getting my tri-bike and going to ride and do sprints and train and drink coconut water. I'm developing my own endurance drink. And I'm working on my company, I'm working on my house, I'm working on meeting a friend later. Like, all this is like 5 hours of time that I would lose if I sat there and watched TV, and my body would sort of build lactic acid, sit, the organs don't function as well. So I feel bad using him as an example, but that's sort of what triggered today's podcast, and it just, you know, reminds me of all the reasons I don't use a television. And I recommend that you don't use a TV or any kind of thing like that, to watch it on an iPad, a computer, a phone. Don't watch movies, don't watch TV. Sorry, Netflix. I know there's some great documentaries and people risk their lives to teach us about animals and the ecosystems, but you can learn that here. I'm running with the North Shore Club. I ran with a physiology PhD in birds the other day, and he's telling me all about the ecosystem here and how screwed up it is, and how people bring birds in from all over the world just to mess up the ecosystem. It's almost like a hate crime, and that's his mission, and he's learning this in school, but not on the news and TV. So yeah, get out, dream, breathe, exercise, sweat, laugh, love, design, create, work, balance it all. And that's it from the Burt Lamar Show, coming to you from Hawaii. And we will be back. I hope this inspires you. I hope this changes your life. I hope this inspires your children, friends, people to live a healthy life without a television, and grow your dreams and have success. And also just remember, success doesn't just go like this. It's like this. And just really embrace the downs and learn, and that's how you grow. And I'm here. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'm sure there's going to be a few people that say TV's great, it helps me rest and relax and that, but I disagree. I think there are better ways to relax and recover. And a lot of it for me, recovering and relaxing, is walking. So I'm gonna do these gnarly zone 3, zone 4 sprints today, biking, and then a run, and be beat, and then I'm gonna eat a poke bowl, and by the end of the night I'll be walking for at least 2 hours with Jakey, with my golden, and that's just moving lactic acid, moving blood, where I would, if I was like the rest of the world or most people, I'd probably be sitting on a couch locking up, freezing my back, interfering with blood flow, circulation, recovery. I mean, exercise is like trauma on the body, so the natural blood flow. Check out this temple. Children playing, beautiful weather, and the news is showing, I talk to people that are like, I can't go out, but yet people are swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, hiking. My friend just sent me these awesome waterfalls we're going to tomorrow. So ditch your TV, focus on your dreams. Message me, share this, like this, please. Let's grow this. And then last but not least, I have to thank my sponsor, Lamar Organic Wear. This is our logo, Lamar. We make plant-based clothing, and we dye it with plants and organic fruits and vegetables. So nothing I'm wearing is toxic, nothing I'm watching is toxic, nothing I'm eating is toxic, except every once in a while I'm sure I'm eating some stuff that's toxic. But Lamar Organic Wear is my sponsor. It's my new company. I'm making athletic product for running, biking, swimming, Pilates, whatever you are doing that's active, and something that's non-toxic. And if you just do the research, you'll see microplastics, PFAS, forever dangerous chemicals. It's in our clothes, and we don't see it directly, but it's getting absorbed into your bodies and creating toxicity and all kinds of health issues. So I hope you get a chance to check out Lamar Organic Wear. It's not just about being healthy, it's about being functional and cool. Oh, I wore these. The dirt stain didn't come out. I fell on the bike. Or I fell running, I forgot. Yeah, I hit a stump and fell running. So anyway, thank you for watching the Burt Lamar Show episode. I think this is episode 10. I skipped last week for the first time in the middle of remodeling and training and adjusting to life in Hawaii, chasing my dream. So I hope you chase your dream. I hope this inspires you, and take care. Aloha.